So there is something that I like to call Alexandria Ocasio Cortez derangement syndrome, or AOC derangement syndrome, however way you want to phrase that. But basically, the conservative media has been in just an absolute catapult and just going off over Alexandria Ocasio Cortez. There's also a big part of the right who is trying to make AOC look like the left's Sarah Palin. And so they will entirely undercut their own integrity, if they have any, that is. Their integrity, their dignity, and just their, just anything, right? Their honesty. They will undercut that because they have a narrative that they're trying to reach, they have a goal they're trying to reach, and they have an agenda to push, and it's pretty disgusting. Now, the Daily Wire is obviously one of the big ones for that, right? We see Ben Shapiro tweeting about her on the Daily, and the Daily Wire will try to do stupid stuff like this. Now, I'm here to highlight one of these situations that ended up failing beyond belief. Now, there's this one guy, some dude named Ryan Saavedra, and he's just a total imbecile, and he's a reporter for the Daily Wire. Again, I'm going to use that term sort of loosely, but he's a reporter, and he's for the Daily Wire. So here, he sent out this tweet connected with the video of AOC. She did an interview with Ta-Nehisi Coates, and he says, Socialist Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez claims that algorithms which are driven by math are racist. So again, this is one of those situations directly clean cut where the right is attempting to make AOC look like the left's Sarah Palin, like she's an idiot, when really what she's done is she's driven the discourse, which is insane. Like she's a 29-year-old. We're going to talk about this in another story about Davos and what's going on over there, where people I think it was the founder of Dell who is talking now about AOC's plans. It's like, wow, that's insane. But anyways, this got dunked on so hard. It's insane how hard this got dunked on. This was such a hard dunk that even MIT came in. MIT Technology Review, the verified account, came in and says she isn't wrong. And this is what they highlighted. They highlighted from an article saying, as a result, the algorithm could amplify and perpetuate embedded biases and generate even more bias-tainted data to feed a vicious cycle. So the point people were making was, hey, these are human-made, and so therefore there are biases in play when it comes out to that. Even Eric Weinstein, he tweeted this out. He said, math PhD here, not an AOC fan. I think, however, she is more correct than not here. Socialist has nothing to do with it. If you start with human biases, you can bake them in and amplify them without realizing it. A better criticism is that you can have biases in your unbiasing too. So this is something that got dunked on. First of all, I don't know why Weinstein's not a fan of AOC. Probably because, I don't know, he works at Teal Capital, so, probably not a big fan of that kind of stuff. Which I'm surprised by because he's left-wing, and I've heard some of his stuff, and it does seem to be more in the direction of talking about the inequalities, which I was surprised about, that he's not a fan of AOC. But basically, this was resounding 100% consensus that she's correct and he's wrong. And it's even more, what makes this the most embarrassing, there's actually two fronts to the even more amplification of the embarrassment. One of them being that this was fueled by this attempt to have this agenda to paint Ocasio as the left Sarah Palin. And he failed epically. And so here is the second part of this. You want to know what has so funny? Someone looked up his tweets about algorithms, and he had multiple tweets saying that Facebook's algorithms are going after conservatives, that the algorithms are trying to silence conservatives. And so while this guy's now saying trying to smear Ocasio as the left-wing Sarah Palin, he's unironically not only dead wrong, but he said the same shit, but put in his own victim complex inside of it, which is insane. It's unbelievable how big of a just massive destruction this was. Honestly, what AOC has done here, I can't even begin to understand it, because I've been very active on Twitter lately, and she's just smacking people down left and right, man. We're going to get into a bunch more stories about AOC because she's just been dominating, what's been going on, and it's absolutely insane.